Tell us what Janet
was in Martinique during Hurricane Janet.
Yes.
We knew the catastrophe in Carriacou, but was it really bad in Petite Martinique?
It was very bad.
Tell us about Janet. You must have remembered Hurricane Janet.
I was 9 years old when Janet passed it. So I remember living in a house down by the road down there. The other whole house remaining in still, and the one that was surviving just on the opposite side.
It wasn't Gotti, and I'm sure it was Bobot and Walter, or one of them. Because we split up. And she said, "Children, all your ball." But this time I'm getting weaker because I thought it was rainwater that's coming down in my mouth. So I was sucking on my own blood. Ooh. Sucking on my blood, probably that was keeping me alive.
The force of the hurricane has what caused great pain.
Mr. Tell us your name first and foremost.
Well, I mean, this, you know my name. My name is Jonathan.
Of course.
My name eventually is not Jonathan, but I'm not going to say my name.
Okay.
Everybody knows me by Jonathan.
Right.
Because
So we keep it to Jonathan.
If I tell you my name and somebody asks, who is this person? They
They
will
will
describe
know.
me, they will know it's me.
Right.
So I'll leave it at
We
that.
stick it to Jonathan.
Yeah. Everybody knows me by that.
And you are originally from?
Right. Where do you see I sit down here now? In Bellevue South, Carriacou. Here I was born.
Right here.
Well, they told me so.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you're a Bellevue South man.
Yes.
Original.
Yeah.
What you used to Vandy?
Well, we are friends.
Okay.
We go to school together. I mean, we are mates, you know.
I just
we are
want to
schoolmates.
make sure you know people around
Yeah,
you
we
and
are
not just
schoolmates.
saying.
Yes, we are
All right.
schoolmates.
So,
Yeah.
I grew up knowing that you was a Bellevue man and you lived there for a while and then you left. Where did you left and go?
I left here. I went to Trinidad. I spent 3 years and months in Trinidad. And then from Trinidad I came back 1963. And my brother was in England, Bullen, and he sent for me and I go to England.
Okay, and now you're back. Contented.
Yes, well, yes, but eventually always go and come.
Go and come.
Go and come.
Right.
You know?
Lovely, lovely.
Always go and come.
And Carriacou is home.
Oh, Carriacou is paradise.
Of course.
Paradise.
It's paradise.
Especially where I is up in Bellevue here.
I could tell.
Yeah,
Every time I come here, I fall asleep.
Yeah, definitely.
And the breeze.
Oh, it's lovely. There is no place like home.
Of course, of course. Today marks a very much important day in Carriacou's history, Grenada by extension. Today is 66 years since we were, and I say we because I grew up hearing about it, we were destroyed by Hurricane Janet.
Yeah, 66 years since Janet was born.
Since Janet was born. There we go.
And destroy us.
Tell us about it.
I acknowledge Janet as now.
You remember it was
66
yesterday.
years. That don't mean old, you know, but 66 years. Yeah, house was right there. That morning, we get up, the weather was hazy, like, you know, foggy.
Right.
You know, and we heard on the news that this hurricane was coming to Barbados. But we all went to school. My mother went out as usual, one cell. I think she went to Mount Pleasant. But she had us to come back quick. And the school, they let us off the close school and tell us to go home because there's a hurricane on its way.
Okay.
And go straight home. Don't play in the road. We come from Belmont, we come here. And I mean, I was, my sister is bigger than me, but I was the man in the house.
You was man?
Yes, I was the man in the house because my father and my big sister and brother was in Grenada.
Okay.
So Janet took them in Grenada.
Right.
You know, and that's what happened. But then when I came back, my mother come soon after me. And she just said, Jonathan, you better get your father fishing line and start battening down the windows because the hurricane on its way. I acknowledge the hurricane 1954. But it was just a minor thing.
Yeah, it was storm.
The storm, yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Not as that one. And I wouldn't like to acknowledge that one as that again. It's one of the terrible things. And our house went Ollie.
Yeah.
Ollie. As about buttoning down a window, the next one open. As about finish, the next one open. And we are living here.
Yeah.
We were living here. You were living in hurricane zone.
You didn't win mouth.
Yeah. And I would just prediction, not quite sure the time, but I would say about maybe after 4 to 5 o'clock. Our house gone. All of us inside of it. Me, my mother, my second big sister, Angela, and Pukso. Pukso was a baby.
Okay.
You know, and he go up in the air with us. Well, he's in the air because with some assault and things like that. And he go right over in the hill behind it. And quarter.
Way food.
You know, it's a miracle. Really, to tell you the story is a miracle. You know, because we didn't know we were.
Wow.
The house quarter. This side come this way, that side go that way, that side go that way.
You just fall apart.
Yeah. The four side just fall apart in the way. You know, east, west, north, south.
What?
And we're on the flooring. You know, we're on the flooring. And it was near to a tree. It was a source up tree. But where we had source from them time was behind the hill there and one down here. And my mother was saying, Jonathan, I don't know where we are. You know, but when the lightning flash and the Ganvanai, oh Lord, because if he catch you, it's only half. Only half of you to get in.
Yeah.
But my grandma, my father, mother was in the house as well. She was paralyzed from the waist down.
Wow.
But she did call my mother and said, Jonah, take Robert children and go down by Aubrey, Mackenzie. See, I don't old already. So my mother said, no, I can't leave you here. It's my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Leaving you here, what people are going to say? You know, which I agree with her.
Of course.
Yeah, you know.
We leave no one behind.
Yeah, she said, what's going to happen? Let it happen right here. You know. And we house might go about 4:30 to 5. That happened. You know. And with some assault inside of it and go. And that when coming to daylight, because the night was one of the longest nights.
So where you guys stayed after the house quarter, they stay below the tree?
We're going to go. We can go nowhere. We don't know where we go.
So are they stay in the same spot?
We all huddle together.
Wow.
And stay right there. You know, we stay right there. And my big sister, second big sister, she didn't try that now. She put her fractured down there. She couldn't walk. And it was me and my old lady and she and Angela and Pukso, as I said, Pukso was a baby. And they come into daylight after things sit down a bit. It's still dark.
Yeah.
You know, we couldn't see, we know where we were at that time.
Okay.
So we decided to come up in the foundation. So I take Pukso and put on the side. And my sister put she around my neck. Because she foot, she was limping. And we come up in the foundation when they come there. All the house leave everything
Just
there.
the post
We had
them there.
only the post, and we had food stuff, rice, flour, and what in the downstairs. And they didn't even wet.
Wow.
They didn't wet. You know.
Well, you had food?
He had food, yeah. You know, we got the house leave it and go up.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and go in the back there. And when we come back and we see what happened, then my mother said, we better go to my Aubrey. And I lead Annabella down there and Pokes on the side, and we go to my Aubrey. And when we go, a lot of people was there. Same way, looking for shelter.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. It was water, everybody sit down in water. Who's sleeping in water, sleep in water.
Way food.
You know, it was not a nice thing, but it's an experience. You know, and up to today, I remember just as how it happened. You know, you remember just it happened.
Wind.
Yes.
Sometimes they know about wind and
well, we
wind
heard,
direction.
as I said, yeah, we heard about hurricane, but we didn't really know what hurricane
taking place.
Is, yeah. And the morning after me and my mother, after thing of it, but when you look around,
everything feathered.
It was no tree. Everything like it burned. It burned, you know. I could have stayed and watch British flat. And it smell. like something born in a fire pass. You know, and then we had my mother. After we went down there, and daylight properly. She said, Jonathan, let's go and find your grandmother, like my father's mother. But we could have heard she groaning in the night there that time when the wind blowing and the lightning, but she was away from us. And we can't go, nobody can go and rescue nobody them time.
Wow.
You know? And I would tell you something, you know, it was a good thing it was behind the hill there. If it was somewhere around here, we can, when I passing frequently, or and they catch you, we cut you in two. But we could have seen, you know. And then we go down and I find my grandmother. My grandmother is a real white woman, you know.
Yeah.
My father's mother, yeah, real white woman. She was touching when she put me.
Wow.
You know. And I find she was dead. A piece of 2x4 hit across and split she head.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Split she head. And she quinge up, you know. Foot come up. And they had us to try to straighten and break her foot and straighten it.
Like she
because
sees her in
yes,
it.
if she
Right.
sees up. And she didn't even register that there. No, she did not. Because that time everybody trying, you know, when you're dead them time, they bury you straight away.
One
Right,
time.
it is.
You know? Aubrey Mackenzie.
Do you remember how many deaths it had?
I don't know how many deaths he had in Carriacou, but I know my grandmother was one.
Right.
But I think he had a few baker or somebody died on that side, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
You know?
I
But,
think I heard like 20 something, and we had a cousin who died, so I'm not sure if you know Injin. That's Injin and cousin Popo brother. His name was Egil. I remember them saying he came from work he came from work that afternoon. I think they say he worked by the Pattersons that afternoon, and he was on his way home. He went home, and I think it was a pole or something that fell on him, and they couldn't get people to move it. Something to that sort.
I know you spoke about the bakers too, because they are my family, and they went in the church and said the church came down and everyone died.
They also going to think they're saving themselves in the church.
Yeah.
But,
I remember we spoke to Mr. Jackson, Dan Jackson.
Jackson too.
Were there any other deaths in your family?
There was, not in my family, but there were 6 people died that night. My grandmother, a lady in Crossroad where this is with the post of Mr. Massey, daughter I think called Dolly Cox. A boy in Cherry, Sentil, I think his name, grandmother named Plummy. Victor, which is Edmund Eman's son. Victor, he was a little bit younger than me, he died. And a baker, I forget her name, but was the baker, Libon's sister, died in the Seventh-day Church. The Seventh-day Church collapsed and killed her and injured other people.
Sugar Tambran, Pofella, Aubrey, Anderson, and then they come and say, well, we have to bury straight away.
Yes.
We in no boat, we can't get boat, so we have to take them dough in the house, same house, them dough, and make coffin.
Wow.
They made the coffin right there, and we could bury it right there. She buried under the tree there.
When tombstone right there.
The tombstone there. She buried it, and her son buried near to her, my father.
Okay.
Yeah, right across there. She buried right across there, so you know it's. She buried the same day, you know, but I think around 3-4 o'clock. She buried already.
Right. Wow.
So exactly where the house was.
The house was over there. Yeah, right there. Where you see them. Well, you see them time, you know, house is by itself, kitchen by itself, and you have a yard in between. So, where you see the sapotilla tree there. That sapotilla tree was a little thing down here.
Yeah.
Like a peace tree. And I mean, look at it now. You know. Well, you know, sapotilla go live for hundreds of years.
Oh yes.
So the house went from there to where?
No, from there.
From there.
You see where them stone is there? That's where the house was. It was a double gallery house. You know them long time house with a shingle?
Yes.
You know, that's Buffalo house there. It was a double gallery house. And but that house was strong. It was very, very strong. We had the pitch pine that make that house.
Yeah.
when he had his son take it, he let go a gum.
The gum, yes, yes.
Because, I mean, the same house we use, we bring them back and...
Yeah, you quarter it.
Yes,
Just bring it up and just put it back, assemble it back together.
But saying that, you know, telling you that, what I say is a miracle. None of us, it's only my grandmother get killed.
Yeah.
Where we pass come up, just before daylight properly, and we be a fit.
Yeah.
Bottle, nail, and everything on the ground, and we pass on the cup. And when we were going back down to look for grandmother, we could see we footprint. We didn't know where. We were wondering how could we pass here and not a nail shook us.
Wow.
We get caught by a bottle.
Wow.
You know?
Amazing.
My grandmother was from here to the Sapotilla tree from us.
When they found her next
when
day?
they found her. Yeah.
From where, the shelter?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, the shelter was only huddling together.
Yeah.
It's not really shelter, something over your head or something like that.
So all the rain and wind and light
everything
and
passing us.
pass on all, you know.
Something when I do that to me is
Full of water.
pure mud.
I know you lived in England in 2004. Has anyone compared Hurricane Ivan to Janet?
Well, some people, I don't witness no hurricane after that, because after I go away,
right.
I only hear about Ivan and Katie and whatever it is, or the names, you know, and things like that. And some people who witness Janet said Janet was bad, was worse than Ivan, and some people say Ivan was worse, you know, because I didn't, if I had experienced both of them, I would have
made the comparison.
I would have made a comparison.
Yeah.
I know it was bad than 1954. Yeah, 54 was just a little storm.
Yeah.
And was only one house fall across the Roman house that fall.
Okay.
You know. But it's as I say, it's an experience, but it's not something really to say, well, okay, if a hurricane come again, I would do this, I would do that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something you can plan and say, well, I'll go that way if it comes, you know, what is
Yeah.
You just never know.
Just never know.
And, you know, if you didn't tell me today's Janet birthday, I would have never known.
Yeah.
66 years, time flies.
Yes.
Anyway, praise God to be alive.
Of course.
You know?
Of course.
And I travel, go to England. I spent partly all my life in England. Well, yeah. I spent all my life in England because I didn't possess nothing here.
Right.
When I lived, when we were 13 years of age,
Wow.
went to Trinidad, you know. So I was a young boy, you know. My sister sent for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bullying to England, Bullying was 16 years of age. 1958, 59, beginning of 59. I mean, looking at it now, it just as you see that stone up there?
Mm-hmm.
You won't believe that stone was a big stone. We used to go and hide behind it, and nobody can see us. But look at the stone now.
Look at it now, it's all deteriorate. Yeah?
You know? Look at that big stone, yeah?
So in back to Ivan, you said your father, BJ,
No,
and Robertina
not
was
Ivan.
Sorry, Janet, sorry.
Yeah.
Was in Grenada.
Yeah, they was in Grenada.
When they come up, what?
They went the Friday in Grenada. And we go down there for, I think it's a week or what. They come back, I think he had a plane pass. And they said, you don't have nobody, all Carriacou people dead.
Wow.
I remember the same thing was said for Ivan.
That was what released. They say, you know, nobody in Carriacou, everybody died. Because when my father come, I sent McLaren, you might know it. He had a small engine boat. And they come in Malapom.
Yeah.
That's where they come. My father, my big sister, and Bullen. And maybe who was down there, they come up. You know. And when they look at the place, it just flattened.
Wow.
Flattened. That same night, Paul's Airport in Grenada, signboard which down here. Signboard which in Kanash. Breadfruit, coconut, pear, mango, everything. Fish, dead fish on the shore.
Yeah.
When you go down below the bay, you want to see dead fish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of things from Grenada come up. It traveled through the sea come up the same night. So I tell you.
Wind and the tide.
And them boat used to take nearly a week to go in Grenada and come back. But they reach the same night. You know.
Wow.
That's what nature can do.
Nature can do.
You
well,
know.
it was a pleasure listening to you speak about Janet on his birthday.
Yeah. I didn't.
Janet destroyed Carriacou and Ivan destroyed Grenada.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
so
Janet
they didn't really get. Ivan didn't really pass here to the extent.
No,
not really.
And just like Janet didn't really do nothing to Grenada.
It did, but maybe not much.
Not much. It's just the same. So it was vice versa.
Yeah.
The following year we had Emily, and Emily caused damage to Carriacou and not Grenada.
Yes, I didn't. Well, I no weakness none of them there. I only hit on the news, and they tell you what. Because saying that, you know, why I tell you, we never even think about registering my grandmother. We never thought about it. We just to bury.
Just to bury. Yeah.
Because after I spent so much years in England and come back now, I went to the ministry in Grenada to find some paper, and you know, for this piece of land which my grandmother owned. And when they was asking, I said, well, so where's your grandmother? I said, she died in 1955. He said, she died in 1955. I said, yes, she died in 1955. But she haven't registered. So they thought she was alive.
Whoa, okay.
But I mean, it can be alive for them time. But they have she done as alive.
As alive.
Because, you know, they registered dead.
Yeah.
You know,
so then you made the change
Yes, I tell them, I said, she died in 1955. And I said, it's funny how, you know, well, I said, them time, people could study for registering people according to what happened. How it happened. You know? And up to the time, they never crossed my mind that the death should register. You know, it's until they talk about it. And I said, well, we haven't got your grandmother down as dead. As far as we have her down here, she's alive. I said, she died in 1955. And then they put it, you know, she died in a hurricane. Because maybe all of them next one, them bacon, they might have them.
They have them registered.
Other people they have. So they must have given the wrong number as well.
Yes.
Concerning people that die in Carriacou in Janet.
Very much.
Because, I mean, them days, you know, is a time. It was not a time to mess about. And, you know, long ago, when somebody died, if they die all in the morning or by 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, by 3, 4 o'clock, they bury. Possibly they could be buried alive.
Of course, yeah.
You know, a lot of people, I think a lot of people bury alive.
Yeah.
They might just go in a coma, and they come and they pronounce you dead, you know.
Janet. Well,
I'll never forget it.
I know. I heard the stories, and you give your side of the story. Well, it's not a story; it's reality.
No, it is. Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's happened.
It's a pleasure.
I mean, other people might have a different. It depends to your area.
Yeah, your area.
You might have a different view of it.
Yes.
How it happened to them, and things like that.
But you could only tell your story.
I mean,
there's
a lot to be said about Janet.
Of course.
You know.
Well, folks, we were chit-chatting with Mr. Jonathan John.
The nature as water and wind. Which one you think is stronger?
I would say water.
Water.
Yeah. I would say water. Water take you and go away.
Yeah.
It take you. The wind.
Yeah. But the wind could. You go down the water and the wind will take you away from the water and bring you where you want.
Bring you where you want, of course.
So, you know, it's two nearly alike.
Two natural forces that you cannot predict.
Yes,
definitely. Yeah. Well, Johnny, it was a pleasure chit-chatting with you on Hurricane Janet. And you look like you have a lot of story to tell. I'll catch you on camera again for another story.
I could write a book.
Oh, well, that's what we want to hear.
But, you know.
All right, thank you. Thank you.